Good evening, everybody. My name is Matthew Long. I'm the co-president of the Mathis and Raymond Foundation. Welcome to our lecture series event this evening. The Mathis and Raymond Foundation, we're a not-for-profit organization here in the Bay Area with the intention to promote social events, lecture series, wellness events, and also networking in the community to help inspire leadership, service, and help promote events for other charitable foundations. This evening, Placel, the co-vice president, will be up here to announce our speaker. But first, I want to let you know about some of the upcoming events with the 3-on-3 basketball tournament that's supposed to be coming here in the springtime, and some of the upcoming lecture events, which are on topics: is cheating a natural reaction? Is our rights that we do not know, as well as a topic on sports. Should there be a salary cap in Major League Baseball, and other relevant sport topics. And now here's Placel Mathis to introduce our speaker.
Hello, everybody. I'm going to introduce our speaker today. Her name is Erica Ridley. Erica Ridley, she has been creating promotional materials from postcards and brochures to websites and email campaigns since 1998. She specializes in internet marketing and social media and has been integral in launching products for companies ranging from museums to small business to Fortune 500 companies such as Procter & Gamble, Diners Club, and RCA. After working for a marketing firm and an advertising agency in Cincinnati, Ohio, Erica moved to Florida and started an internet marketing company called WebMotion. Since also becoming a published author, she has brought her knowledge of the publishing industry together with her knowledge of interactive web development and social marketing to launch new and innovative endeavors in the ever-changing global marketplace. From microsites to iPhone apps, Erica has tips, tricks, pitfalls, and insight to offer anyone interested in taking advantage of the internet, a product, or a service. Erica Ridley learned to read when she was 3, which was about the same time she decided to be a writer when she grew up. Over the course of her school years, she graduated from self-illustrated stories written in crayon to dramatic sagas, filling reams of spiritual notebooks. Now Erica writes Regency-set historical romances, often with a touch of paranormal. Since becoming active in the writing community, all of her manuscripts have finals in or won various RWA chapter contests. Erica is also the web mistress of her local writing chapter. Some of the books Erica has written, one is Too Sinful to Deny, and another one is Too Wicked to Kiss. One which is coming out in the near future, Too Sinful to Deny. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Erica Ridley.
Given that I have a marketing background as well as a writing background, I can present more of a unique perspective on what brings a book from someone's head to the bookshelves and why a consumer might choose to pick any particular book over another. So, starting in the beginning, how long does it take to get a book from someone's head to a bookshelf? Well, first, how long it takes to write the actual book depends on the author. Some people can write a book in a few months, some people can write a book in a few years, some people write a book like Harper Lee wrote To Kill a Mockingbird once in your entire life. So that part totally depends on the author. But once the book is submitted to your publishing house and your editor has looked at it, it takes a minimum of 18 months for your completed novel to go through the editing process, another process of editing, the galleys, all the way to the shelf. A lot of things happen in that time. While a manuscript is being edited, the art department at a publishing house starts thinking about what they can do to make people who are browsing in a bookstore pick your book over the tens of thousands of other books that are available to them at that time. The first and most important thing from the marketing department's perspective is the cover. At this point, they actually don't care what the book is about. What they want you to do is to pick it up, turn it over, and start reading the back cover copy. So the first thing I'm going to show you is this is the cover of my first book, Too Wicked to Kiss. Now, One thing that many people don't realize when people write a novel is I didn't get to pick anything about this. I didn't even get to pick the title. They changed the title of my manuscript. Why did I do that? Because they want people to buy books. And they want to pick titles that are more evocative, that make people think, what's that book about, to pick it up. In fact, when I first heard that they changed the title of my book to Too Wicked to Kiss, my reaction was, what does it have to do with my book? And their answer was, what does that have to do with anything? They're like, well, we just want people to pick it up. So I was like, okay. And they said, we all have the same goal, which is to sell lots of copies of your book. So the more people that read it, the better for everybody. The second, this book is a historical romance. It's very, very common for in historical romance you have sort of the classic Fabio clinch going on. And the reason they do that, instead of doing other kinds of covers, for example, some with different types of books, it's more common to put in a photograph or even an illustration. However, if you were to do that with a historical novel, then you would miss your audience. The people who like books that are in that particular time period will never think that some photograph taken in present day time, even if you can't tell that it's necessarily modern times, is a historical book. Same with illustrations. Once people have in their mind what looks like a historical novel, the same way when DVD covers or movie posters are designed, you can tell just by looking at it what kind of movie it is, even before you see the trailer. And the next thing, since this novel is also a mystery, the first thing that happens the very first night, they're all trapped at a house party, and someone dies, someone's murdered, and they have to figure out who did it. And everybody thinks the hero did it. And he's not saying no, he had a good reason to. So they wanted to give the idea that this is both a romance novel and also a little bit creepy. So they make the dark blue colors, they put in the trees, to try and give it both of those aspects. And then someone other than me writes the back cover copy. So somebody else tries to think of the most marketable way to describe the book. Sometimes this is a good thing, sometimes it's a really bad thing. If you've ever read the back of a DVD or a book cover that gave away the end, or that made it sound like something totally different than what you felt that it was at the end, this is an example of it going horribly awry. But in the best case scenario, what it does is it gives you just enough information about the book or the movie or whatever product it is that you're looking at to make you want to give it a try. So these are printed off about 6 months before a book goes out onto the shelves, and they're sent to bookstores everywhere. Why? First, so that the booksellers can see the cover, they can see how much a publisher is interested in promoting a book. The letters on this one, for example, are embossed. You can tell by touching them, they feel different, so it looks a little fancier than perhaps just a straight cover. Also on the other side, it shows what is the publisher going to do to market this book. How is the publisher going to make you pick this book up off the shelf? So it tells you basic information, what's the ISBN number, what category does it go in, what's the price. In this particular case, this one has a special price. It was less than $5 for the first edition of this book. Another thing that it shows is it shows the proposed marketing plans, which include national print media campaign, various websites, advanced copies that can go to critics, people that write reviews in advance of the book coming out, and an online feature at the publisher's website itself. So once these go to bookstores, and once I or any author has completed all the possible edits or anything for the book, then what? What can I do as an author at that point to make you look at the book? Well, the first thing now is you need to have a website. If you don't have a website, nobody is ever going to just randomly come across you unless they're physically standing next to your book at the bookstore. So this is a sample of my website. So the first thing that you want to keep in mind when you're designing a website to try and tempt people into looking at your book or your other product is your audience and also your goal. So the purpose of a website is always either to share information, collect information, promote something, or to sell something. I don't sell my books. My books are sold at bookstores. I never hand sell them, that's not something I do. So what I want to do is to make people aware of the book and make people think, oh good, awesome, I want one of those. I want to buy several for everyone I know. So then, in order to do that, I have to look at the image that it's portraying.